Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva visited Qubadlı and Zəngilan districts liberated from the occupation. President İlham Əliyev received Minister of Emergency Situations of Russia, Yevgeny Ziychev. On December 23rd, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva visited Qubadlı and Zəngilan districts liberated from the occupation. Passing through the territory of Jabrail district, the head of state said that on the right were the villages destroyed by the enemy. Saying that all the villages were destroyed, the president added that even the monuments left as heritage from the Soviet Union and monuments dedicated to World War II were demolished. Citing the beautiful scenery of Zəngilan district, the head of state expressed his confidence that everything would be restored. Passing by 3. Ağalı village, the head of state assumed that probably Armenians lived there, but they lived in very miserable conditions. BİRİNCİlik village, this was also destroyed, but some houses remain. The Armenians lived in our houses. From now on, we will live in these houses and let them go and live in their home country, said the head of state. Passing through the territory of Selali village, the head of state stated that this village had also been destroyed. Even before the war, I said that Armenians looted all our villages and cities. The Armenians took the roofing, window frames, everything, saying that Azerbaijani flag is already waving there and the enemy built military units so that they can keep the lands under constant occupation. The head of state added that we managed to drive them out of our lands. Parliamentarians from Belgium, the Netherlands, look at what Armenians did on those lands. Open the encyclopedia and see that Zəngilan district, Qubadlı district make up the territory of which country, said President İlham Əliyev. Talking about Xanlıq village of Qubadlı district, the president noted that fierce battles were going on for the liberation of this village. Xanlıq village is located on the territory of Qubadlı district, and there they built engineering fortifications and military units on the territory of Xanlıq village. They carried out illegal settlement in Xanlıq village. The Armenians brought to Xanlıq were illegally settled here, and this is considered a military crime. According to the Geneva Convention, the country carrying out illegal settlement on the occupied lands is a criminal perpetrator. These are the Armenian vehicles. They drove these vehicles. And these are the names of our heroic soldiers. They wrote their names on these houses. Biləsuvar, Şabran, Sabirabad, Şuşa, Oğuz, said the head of state. President İlham Əliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva came to Xanlıq village of Qubadlı district and met with the servicemen there.
Salam.
Salam uşaqlar. Salam uşaqlar. Sağ ol. Ne var ne necəsiniz? Sağ ol. Xidmət necə keçir? Çox yaxşı.
Saying that this is yet another village set up by Armenians in our village, the president said they had destroyed our houses. Then following that, with the money of Armenians from abroad, they built a village. We returned to our native lands. We liberated these lands on the battleground. We drove the enemy out from our lands, thanks to the soldiers like yourselves. The entire world witnessed what Azerbaijani soldier, officer, is capable of. Underlining that we showed our strengths on the battlefield and drove out the enemy, the president reiterated that we hoisted the Azerbaijani flag on our lands. We fulfilled the greatest wish of Azerbaijani people, not by way of negotiations, but on the battlefield. They were deceiving us. During these 27 years, the Armenians set up a village for themselves here. They brought Armenians from abroad, and they gave an ugly name to Xanlıq village, said President İlham Əliyev. We showed them our strengths. They thought they would sit on our lands constantly, that they will dictate terms to us. We were fed up with that. I'm advised that military tactics are now studied in military institutions of higher education of the leading countries of the world. This is a novelty. This was the war of the 21st century. We managed to liberate the lands thanks to our professionalism, will, national spirit and heroism. Afterwards, President İlham and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva took off to Qapalı district, saying that the two big rivers, Hakkari and Bazarçay, passed through the territory of Qapalı district. The president said this was one of the rivers, and most likely this was Hakkari River, and this is Aşağımollu village, the picture of Asker of Rifat. Let him rest in peace. Let all our martyrs rest in peace. Citing the beautiful scenery of Qapalı district and the destructed villages, the president said that everything would be rebuilt, saying that this is probably Bazarçay River because on the one side of Qapalı district flows Hakkari and on the other side Bazarçay. The other side added that this was Gazian village and Armenians wrote something there in the Armenian language.
Bak, Ermenice nəsə yazırlar orada deyən.
Biraz da arkaya görünür.
Sökmək lazımdır bunu. Gəlin sökün bunu.
Sola ihtiyaç ol keseceğiz. Keseceğiz. Yok. Taraf.
Bak belədir. Bilsinlər ki, bura Gazian kəndidir. Bunu aparsınlar Ermənistana. Bazar çay. 2 çay geçir bu bağları.
Look what was left of Qapalı city. All the buildings were destroyed. They built military unit for themselves. In the entrance to Qapalı, Armenians built a military base. The sun came up, the nature is greeting us. The real owners of this lands came. Look at the state of Qapalı city. What they have done to the city, said the head of state. The head of state addressed the servicemen and said it had been raining since the early morning, and upon arrival to Qapalı, the sun came out as if the nature welcomed us. It's because the true owners of Qapalı have returned. The liberation of Qapalı district was historical. On October 25th, the liberation of Qapalı made the day of victory closer. The fierce fighting took place there. We've lost many soldiers. The national hero Şükür Hamidov from Qapalı district was among them. He heroically sacrificed his life for the motherland. I awarded him with the National Hero Order after the April battles. May Allah rest his soul in peace for the courage shown. Azerbaijani servicemen as well as Şükür Hamidov were awarded with high military orders by the state, said President İlham Aliyev. The operation to liberate Qapalı district took several days. After the liberation of Zengilan on October 20th, Qubadlı district was the next destination, and the Armenians built a strong fortification in the city. Now there are no traces of the city. All buildings have been destroyed, demolished, and all the villages and settlements of Cəbrayıl, Zəngilan, Qubadlı districts along the road have been destroyed. First of all, the heights dominating the city were taken. The surrounding villages, including Xanlıq settlement, Padar, Sarıyataq, Mahmudlu villages, were taken and the strategic heights were captured. After that, the Azerbaijani troops entered the city and cleared it of the enemy. The liberation of Qubadlı district and city provided our army with a strategic advantage, because after Qubadlı, Laçın district was the next destination. The road from Qubadlı to the southern part of Laçın district was constantly under fire. Our military units were located in the strategic heights of Laçın district, crossing the mountains and various other ways and paths. Thus, Safyan village, Turks village in the southern parts of Laçın district were liberated, and at the same time, after the capture of strategic heights, it allowed us to fire on the Laçın corridor. The Qubadlı operation was of great importance because after Qubadlı, Şuşa city was liberated from occupation. On October 25th, Qubadlı was liberated, and on November 8th, Şuşa was liberated. Thus, the enemy was forced to surrender. The work done during the war is still being studied in the military schools of the leading countries. The Erdoğan said he has precise information about this and added that foreign partners informed us that Azerbaijan's military strategy and our operations were being studied in the higher military schools of the most developed countries, and this is a modern combat strategy. No one in the world has used this strategy before us. Professionalism, heroism, planning, strong will, national spirit, technical equipment, all these facts together and the unity of the people and power conditioned our victory, said the head of state. The trilateral statement signed on November 10th was in fact a capitulation of the Armenian state. Armenia surrendered, raised the white flag and fell to its knees. After that, Ağdam, Laçın and Kəlbəcər districts were returned to us without a single shot. Today, Azerbaijani soldiers serve in these regions. We did conquer it. The victory parade was held on December 10th. In the victory parade, we demonstrated the enemy's destroyed and captured equipment and demonstrated our military potential. We will continue to strengthen our army, said President İlham Aliyev. Before the war, I repeatedly addressed the people of Azerbaijan, saying that today Azerbaijan is a strong country and has never been stronger in history. At that time, I meant not only our economic, but also our military potential. History and the results of the war have shown that I was right. Azerbaijan has never achieved such a brilliant victory in history. Our strength is in our unity. We have shown unity, perseverance, heroism, and as a result, we have crushed the head of the enemy with an iron fist and liberated our native lands. Karabakh is Azerbaijan. Long live the Azerbaijani soldier. Long live Azerbaijan, chanted President İlham Aliyev. Afterwards, the head of state and first lady drove to Zəngilan district liberated from the occupation. En route to Zəngilan, President İlham Aliyev said everything was destroyed by the enemy. President İlham Aliyev then hoisted the Azerbaijani flag in Zəngilan.
Qarabağ Azərbaycandır.
President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva arrived at the site of the destroyed mosque.
Yürün, mənfur düşmən məscidinə günə salır.
Making an address in front of the mosque, President İlham Əliyev said all of our religious monuments had been destroyed by the enemy and the world had been silent for 30 years. We have repeatedly raised this issue, raised it from the international arena. We showed those videos many times, pointing to the condition of the Ağdam, Şuşa mosques and other mosques under the occupation at that time. We said that the enemy had destroyed and insulted our religious monuments. The head of state urged the Council of Europe not to remain silent to these violations, but to act appropriately. How long will this injustice last? How long will this double standards last? How long will this Islamophobia last? It was the Armenians who destroyed it. I am sure that after these images, international officials trying to criticize us will remain silent. We will restore this mosque and our citizens will come and pray here. The sound of the call to prayer will come from here and life will return to these lands.
İbadətini edəcəklər. Buradan azan səsi gələcək. Həyat bu torpaqlara qayıdacaq.
On the route to Baku, the head of state thanked Mehriban Aliyeva for the footages taken and asked her to shoot a video of herself too.
Təşəkkürümü bildirirəm. Xahiş edirəm özündə bir çəksin.
Dərin hörmət və məhəbbətlə sizin Mehriban.
Sağ olun əziz bacı qardaşlarım. Sağ olun. Qarabağ Azərbaycandır.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev received National Security Advisor of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan Hamdullah Mohib and Chief of Staff to the Afghan President Mohammad Shakir Kargar.
National Security Advisor Hamdullah Mohib conveyed greetings of Afghan President Mohammad Ashraf Ghani to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings of Mohammad Ashraf Ghani and asked Hamdullah Mohib to extend his greetings to the Afghan president. The political support of the Afghan president for Azerbaijan since the first days of the conflict and Afghanistan's support for the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan were held at the meeting. Touching upon the bilateral ties between the two countries, the sides noted the achievements in the development of the relations, adding that there is a good potential for expanding the bilateral cooperation. The role of the personal ties between the presidents of Azerbaijan and Afghanistan in developing the bilateral relations was emphasized. During the conversation, the sides stressed the importance of the end of the conflict in ensuring security and stability in the region, noting that this created great opportunities for multilateral cooperation. The prospects for cooperation in economic, security, investment, transport, and other areas were discussed at the meeting. The issues related to the development of the Lapis-Lazuli International Transport Corridor and Azerbaijan's participation in peacekeeping operations in Afghanistan were also discussed during the conversation. National Security Advisor Hamdullah Mohib presented a letter from Afghan President Mohammad Ashraf Ghani to President Ilham Aliyev.
On September 21st, President Ilham Aliyev received Minister of Emergency Situations of Russia, Yevgeny Zinchev.
Minister of Emergency Situations of Russia, Yevgeny Zinchev, conveyed the greetings of President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the greetings of President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and asked to convey his greetings to President of Russia, Vladimir Putin. During the meeting, it was noted that a successful cooperation between Azerbaijan and different Russian entities, including the Ministry of Emergency Situations, was taking place, and the importance of the exchange of experience was underscored.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and see you next Sunday.